Well, I'm getting to Northfield right now, and I've done this video 3 times. So the kids and I get up. Usually our routine is we get up, order from the Starbucks in Brunswick, get on the highway and go to school. Well, the Starbucks in Brunswick, there was a massive lineup. I assume one of their coffee machines is broke. When you order on the mobile app, it'll tell you estimated time, and it was like 17 to 19 minutes. I don't have time for that. So, got beat up last night, left the track angry and embarrassed. Got home, didn't sleep great, as you can imagine. Got up this morning, went to go to Starbucks, and why wouldn't you want my license? Another day. Went to go to Starbucks and couldn't get to Starbucks. Now that is interesting. Why did that gate just open up like that? That's pretty cool. So I got my drink now. I'm cooled down. As I said, I tried to do this video twice, and I was still a little on edge, right? Anytime you have a race that goes the way Save America's does last night, as a driver, you're angry and you're embarrassed. It's just the way it is. I'm 4 to 5. I look left coming off the car. I'm supposed to be going out of there with a stone cold lever. I can tell you the biggest catalyst to what took place last night was the fact that I overestimated Save America's snap off the gate. Now, to be fair to me, one, I'd never driven him, but 2, I know he can leave hard. But they're always chasing him out of the gate, but he can get up to the quarter in 26 seconds all the time. And the half shouldn't really matter. He gets around a half really good. Problem is that he's coming into the race off of a mile where he scoped a little sick and there was a little blood showing. Now, he trained back. He trained great this week, I was told. Sharp, felt good in the post parade. I didn't feel the need to score him down and really have him raging at the car. I'm thinking Justin leaves, I leave, Ronnie leaves. Justin's got to cut me loose. If he doesn't feel great, I'll drop him in the 2-hole because we'll be pacing. And it's going to line up one form or another of 4, 6, 7. Justin's horse, who, side note, that's the brother also to Sweet Lake, the one that parked us last night. And as I said, I would either make front, sit in the 2-hole. Ronnie was likely going out of there also. He'd make front. The fly in the ointment was Corey going out of there, right? His horse wasn't quite good enough, but he was just trying to get a hole also. He was trying to get in the 2-hole, couldn't quite get in there. I'm left 3 wide. Now, all of this is because he didn't snap off the car. And I have to put the blame where the blame is due. I didn't rev him right up. I'm thinking he's off 2 weeks. He's going to be maybe 95%. If I can just float off the car, drop in the 2-hole, or put Justin in a position where he's got to let me go, and either I let Ronnie go or Justin removes, or I stay on the front, that's fine. But if I use a pile of energy at the gate, it's going to cost me on the end of the mile. So I was left cheating a little bit. Because if I had revved him up at the gate, I want to believe that the race would have went how we wanted. Now, as it turns out, like Charles, pretty nice horse, and on the top of his game right now. Likely would have won the race regardless. As I said, looking back at the video, there was really no other way to do it other than what I just explained to you. So you're parked, you got Corey in the middle. I can't even clear him. Like, it took me all the way to the quarter pole and then some just to get by Corey in the 2-wide path. So we'll draw blood on Save America today and see what was what. I suspect there's still maybe a little tie-up in there. But we'll know. We'll know tomorrow morning probably what was with him. Not what you want to see. I guess we're going to have to race him his next start and obviously purposely race him a lot more conservatively. He'll probably drop down a tiny little bit, and then we'll drop the hammer on them again, and that's going to be the plan moving forward. Retreat, regroup, and push forward again. So that's that. It's going to take me the rest of the day, obviously, to get over it. I know in my head, looking at the race and knowing what I was up against going into it, that's probably how I would have driven him 9 times out of 10, it just did not work out last night. And that's that. You know, we started our night with Tymus on my side. He looked very good. I had a great conversation with James after. James was happy with him. Said, you know, I think I could have looped Travis after over going into the first turn. He said, but, you know, then Louis loops me. Scott goes out of there, and I think Travis just comes again, right? Just the way the race turned out. It didn't matter how, if I left or I didn't. I said, James, I think you drove the horse perfectly, and he raced good. You know, he doesn't do his best work on a half. I thought he worked pretty well. He said, yeah, well, that's not even the worst of it. They just finished the draw, and he drew the 8-hole. That is less than ideal. Less than ideal. Winning out of the 8-hole on a half-mile track, very low percentage. In a race like that, probably even lower. So, oh, that's right, too. I can't park here. I'll move in a second. Now there's nothing you can do. Now all the, well, what if we do this? What if we do that? It's all out the window. What are you going to do? You're going to get away 6, 7, 8. You're going to hope that they mix it up in the front end. You get a good trip, you know, and you get a run on them from the 3/4 pole or inside of that to the wire. That's your only hope. That's how the race is going to go, regardless of what we want. So I guess it kind of ruins the story for us, so to speak. It's already somewhat written. Luckily, the final chapter isn't, but we'll see how that plays out. There's gorgeous package. We'll see how that plays out this week. Those are two. The highlight of the night was Greatest Ending. That was a hell of a mile from one of the best miles he's gone. One of the best miles he's gone in quite a while was last night too. You know, there's no joke that Captain Cowboy horse. We tried to buy that horse when he was 3, right before the jug. Very, very nice horse. When Aki had him, he was a very good 3-year-old, and I thought that he'd be a really nice horse to race in the jug, but so did they. So he wasn't for sale. I know that they paid a lot of money for him when Burke and them bought him. So he's been a good horse, a bit of a letdown, I think, since they got him. But man, a winner 2 weeks ago in 49-1 or 2 in the Meadows and looked razor sharp. And then again last night, he got everything his own way. Here's a horse coming off a 49 win, got everything his own way, and then I have to come first over into him. Greatest Ending race, great. First over, tackled the horse in the 2-hole down the backstretch, tried his best to run down Ronnie, and then finally gave up when he ran out of steam coming out of the last turn, but still paced 53. They went in 52-1. He paced 53 and a bit, 28 on the end of it. A great mile, and as I said, one could argue one of the better miles he's gone for us. So the horse was fantastic last night. And then Neptune, you know, it's easy for me to get off the bike and just call him a coward and, you know, be a little angry at him. But at the same time, we have to figure out what's going on. I watched all the replays a number of times last night. And when I look at him in particular, he doesn't really look strong or powerful at all. It looks like a power outage, and he never really stepped forward. Those first few steps off the car when he got to the front, those were his only steps forward in the mile. So I have to ask myself, why? Now, if we draw his blood and his blood comes back great, we'll probably castrate him. It's not something we do all the time, castrating 4- and 5-year-old horses. But I would say, and I wouldn't rule that out anyway, but I would say something's going on with this horse. We've seen this before in drawing his blood, so I don't think it's tie up. Could be liver, could be a few little things bothering him, but I don't think it's just him being him. That would be the most frustrating scenario. So if by chance he does come back and there's not a lot showing in his blood, then we will castrate him immediately. There's just no need for racing like that. He just goes out and does, you know, puts in a mediocre effort. I mean, you just can't have that. So looking for an answer in the blood work of Neptune, and as I said, I'm pretty confident we'll find one, but we'll wait and see what takes place in that regard. Greatest Ending, I mean, we draw his blood all the time. Horse race great. We're going to treat him as if he did tie up a little bit, if everything wasn't 100%, but he certainly raced as good as he could. Neptune, and Save America. We got to get their bloods drawn. I'm like a pigeon. There's too many things going on. We got horses going out to jog, horses coming in to jog. So Save America and Neptune, we're going to look for their blood work for a few more answers. Very happy with Greatest Ending and looking forward to racing him next week. And also Time Is On My Side. Obviously excited to watch him race, but man, I wish open draws suck sometimes, don't they? Wish he didn't draw the 8-hole. So that's just the way it is. I will talk to you all very soon. There's Aunt Lily going out to jog. I got to talk to Jason about where we're going to enter her and Freedom Hill this week. Lots to talk about. A lot of conversations to be had with a lot of people today, and this is just my first. So have a great day. I hope you have a great start to your week. I will talk to you all very soon.